And speech will start now. Take this simple example. You're a pretty good debater, you have broken a couple of competition, but has won nothing major. Or maybe you have. You want to share your knowledge and how you usually do your debate speech online without having passed teaching qualification. Is this really bad? No, since you simply want to share your experiences. So before we move on to some responses and a couple of new arguments and clashes, I want to make a clarification. Is on our side on OO, we're not taking away jobs of professional help. OG is being too extreme with their arguments. People, they still go to professional help when they truly need it and when their symptoms are severe. And social media life coaches just basically give them beforehand knowledge to seek for professional help. So a couple of responses coming from the other side. First of all, they emphasize a lot on qualification, and we believe that this is not the most important thing in this debate. They say to us that without formal qualification and accountability, they will give advice on relationships and health, and people will basically trust them more than professional help. This isn't the case why life coaches are so bad, because your parents also don't have mental health qualification or don't study career guidance at university, yet every day they still guide you to be successful in the future. And qualification do not necessarily define whether a person is good at their job. This means a person with qualification in health or career guidance can still give bad advice that may not work for a group of people. This is not guaranteed. And social media life coaches are those who actively share their experiences online. For example, they have gotten into an elite university, so they set up a channel to share their journey and empower more people with the same goal. They're basically people who have done something good in their life and they want to spread the positivity. Secondly, they say to us that these life coaches are the cause of misinformation and oversimplification. What is really the harm by telling people online to stay healthy, go on a diet, or to stay positive and to actively participate in some activities socially? We believe that simplification is the first step to help anyone who probably, for example, have mental health ease their mind. Because, for example, if you're facing stress, you're unlikely to take medicine right away. Instead, as an average person with average intelligence, you will start to find symptoms online. And notice that all examples that OG mentioned doesn't necessarily bring harm to viewers themselves, because we believe that the getting information beforehand is such an important process. For example, if you have like ADHD or any kind of mental health symptoms, people are more likely to notice their condition and symptoms online. And how do OG expect people to seek professional help if they aren't even aware of what they're having? Like, the first step is to know what you're having by actively doing some research about your symptoms. If you're having COVID, the first thing to do is to go on TikTok or go on any social media platforms and look for symptoms of COVID and trying to find out what you're actually having before going to professional help and before buying medicine. And this actually teaches people warning signs of mental health conditions or other kinds, or teaches people what they should do if they want to be a doctor or what they should do if they want to prepare to be a teacher in the future. And moreover, it also provides early intervention technique like grounding exercises and mindfulness technique. So misinformation and unreliability is less likely and will never happen, since there's a big differences between telling somebody to think positively and prescribe someone with medicine for mental health problems or other kinds of diseases. And OG also said to us that this will worsen anxiety and pressure. Like, they say to us that oversimplification happens and not suitable for people, and they give us that those are mostly people who are desperate, vulnerable youth with mental health struggle, and they receive those untrained advice. This point raised by OG is really vague and don't actually look at the issue, because if people really have mental health issues and is so severe they can't even think straight, they actually need medicine and go to hospital. And finally, they say to us about the fake and exploitation happens. People sell their story online so that they can be famous. We will still be charitable and take the even if case that they do exploit and make up their personal stories. Why is this such a bad thing when, like, the end goal, the main goal of their content is to spread positivity and educate people about self-improvement and career growth? For example, like, if maybe I actually did not get I actually did not have like a specific kind of career, or my career is not so good, but because I have experiences and because I want to like sell the story that I'm such a successful entrepreneur, and because my experiences and my advice are mostly positive, and I want to, sell my story. At the end of the day, people still get positivity from my content, so it doesn't really matter. And the argument, I'll provide one argument in this speech, is that first of all, how life coaches, social media life coaches, actually lead to better social media content. Because the context of this is that social media is a place full of positive and negative content. The real question is, who is the type of people that is deemed to make social media a better place? Because these type of people often focuses on issues and have a target audience such as self-development or self-help. And notice that not every single individual can be considered a social media life coach, because life coaches, they build the reputation over time through engaging extensively with their audiences, offer real advices or health or career growth, and is recognized as someone famous in the life coaches field on social media. If you're just like an individual, and if you just go on the internet, you don't have a goal and say random things about how people should quit their job or live their life without building a trustful community, you're not life coaches. You're just a life damager. So basically, life coaches are people who build the reputation over time and have experiences and want to share their experiences. It is simple how social media content can be so much better when there are social media life coaches, because life coaches on social media, they build a platform for positive content with slogans such as cheer up and ways to stay organized in your life, and they're just sharing their experiences and creating a platform where people can share their opinions. So overall, the clash here is that which side actually benefits more people and creates a more confidence community on social media. Because who are the type of people who are most likely to be social media life coaches? Someone who cares for the community and wants to spread positivity. If you're like an arrogant person who don't really want to help and who don't really want to contribute, you're less likely to go on social media and share your experiences about how to become a good parent or how to prioritize your life and goals. Most of the time, people who actually care and people who actually spend their time to film videos on social media telling people about the positive things or about how they can achieve great success in the future are mostly people who care about the world and who want to contribute to the world most of the time. And we believe that qualification in this case is not actually that important, because even if without qualification, you can still give really good advices about career growth or about how people can stay healthy everyday life. And that is why we believe that OO should win this debate. Very proud to oppose.